Oh, so crazy when you burn in hell forever, 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 forever. Boulevard. Oh, so crazy when you burn in hell forever, 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 forever. Boulevard.
everyone, and welcome to the flagship show of the Boulevard Bullies YouTube channel. Welcome to Here Comes the Lame, a wrestling podcast. And I'm joined by CZW Hall of Famer, my wrestling father, Price is Right Showcase Showdown winner, Larry Legend. Larry, Juan the driver told me, he was like, why do you call Larry a former boat owner? You know, I showed him the picture of you from Look What You Made Me Do. You have the little hat on. That is such a demonic photo of you, by the way. You know the one I'm talking about, where you're just peering right into the camera, and he goes, that's funny. He wears the hat. He's a former boat owner. And so I explained to him. I was like, dude, Larry won a boat on The Price is Right. He goes, well, why don't you say that he's a Price is Right Showcase Showdown winner? And I was like, damn, yeah, that's true. Why don't I say that? Why do I just talk about the boat? I
don't know, because the boat was the two biggest things I won were the trip to Cabo San Lucas, all expenses paid, resort stay at Cabo San Lucas, and the boat. Those were my two, big, oh my God, I won. So what are you going to be, former Cabo resort stayer? You know what I mean? The boat is more of a big thing that you can just be like, yo, this motherfucker used to have a boat. And I did. And I wish, hindsight being 2020, knowing how much Danny Havoc, our friend Daniel Tiberius, Horatio Ulysses, Jedediah Havoc, as much as he dreamed of just owning a boat and just sailing out onto the water and just drinking and passing out on a boat, I almost wish I would have kept it, knowing he was going to pass away. And who knows, maybe we would have gone out on a boat together.
Larry, is it true? There were prices right, because not only in preparation for the show, not only do I read all of the wrestling news, but I also am subscribed to the Price is Right Observer newsletter. And I heard a rumor.
Okay, yeah, I know it.
Yeah, I heard a rumor on there that all the models on the show were throwing themselves at you. Confirm or deny?
Well, I'm going to say I asked permission. I asked permission to hug Manuela. I said, can I give Manuela a hug? And she encouraged me to jump into her arms.
She obliged.
Yeah, she before I can even get the words out, she's already making the motion, get into my arms for the camera.
Come in here, Larry. Get in.
Yeah,
bring it in.
And I don't know the name of the other model. I didn't have any guys. I wish I had Devin Goda. But they were part of the set. They were part of the scenery of you have won big. Here's just like in boxing and kickboxing and the Muay Thai, these girls are always just there. Just there, you're a winner. Stand next to a girl that's beautiful. You won. It's part of the mystique of being a big winner is just to have women opening their arms, welcoming you to hug them and stand next to you.
Right, and that's why Danny Havoc wanted a boat.
Yeah, that's why, because he wanted women around him. He didn't mention that part. Death versus Luke Hadley on YouTube. If you ever go check out Death versus Luke Hadley, he has all these they're almost like espionage clips of yo, did they know they were being recorded? But a lot of times they address the camera, so they did. There's lots of Drake, Scotty Vortex, Necro, early Necro, young Necro, all doing IWA hotel stays, basement stays, you know what I'm talking, the lifestyle. And there's one where he has Danny just talking about how, my dream is just to own a boat. Just sail out with my boat. Just take a couple beers and
He would
get drunk on the ocean.
Drunk and pass out, wind up in the Pacific Ocean, probably.
Yes.
Fuck, where am I? What's the shirt?
Well, he was really big on his Viking. He was big on his Viking roots.
Oh, so he wanted to sail and pillage.
I mean, he was the deathmatch drunker Daniel Tiberius. Who knows? I won the Showcase Showdown. The biggest thing I won was a boat, and I sold it. I sold it right away.
Yeah, that's why it's funny to call you a former boat owner, because you owned it for like a few hours.
Well, I'd say about a good 3 weeks.
Oh, 3 weeks. Okay, I thought you sold it before you even left the studio.
No. You can opt out. You can opt out at the studio, but no, I wanted all my shit. So I didn't opt out. I was just, I'll figure it out. I was just like, yeah, give it to me. I'll figure it out. And of course, I had every intention of selling the boat on my own. But when I was contacted about boat pickup is when, it was like kind of like polite probing, what are you going to do?
Did you what's the thing in the beginning? Not the Showcase Showdowns at the end. What's the thing in the beginning where you got to bid on, like where it's all the people, like Contestants Row or something? What's it called?
Yeah, that's just
$1.
I don't think that has a name. That's just Contestants Row, where you bid on prizes, and the person who comes closest gets up to play a game.
So obviously you won you won the games leading up to it. Like, so did you win a washer dryer combo or any kind of, did you get like a 5-disc CD AM FM stereo? Did you get any smaller fun gifts?
So it's funny, the first thing that we and Contestant Row bid on was a Nintendo Switch with like, oh no, Switch wasn't out yet. It was 3DS.
Like a Wii, like a Wii 3DS. Or 3DS. Or, yeah, okay.
Yeah, 3DS with like 7 games. And Pat, I wanted that so bad. I actually really wanted that. But I was so excited. I wasn't looking at my mom for what her guess was. She was in the audience. And I just blurted something out, and I was totally wrong. But yeah, I won a 51-inch plasma, because this was at the time when plasma was really the thing.
Hell yeah.
Plasma screen TV. And that's what I wanted to get on the stage. And then I won iMac, 27-inch iMac, recumbent exercise bike, washer dryer combo.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yves Saint Laurent accessories.
Amazing. And what, they ship these to your house?
Well, they ship most of it to my mom's house, because everyone always talks about me winning The Price is Right, but it was all my mom.
You were just a vessel.
All my mom's birthday gift. My mom was in the crowd giving me the about $1,500, like writing it, and everything went. I just told them, send it to my mom's house in Baltimore, because at the time I was living in the Bronx, and I was not living in a very nice area, and like I didn't want all this shit like just arriving, But some of the things, to answer your question, some of the things they shipped to my mom, other things they cut me a check for.
Oh, amazing. I love that for you. Well, hey,
yeah, so
what a some people work their whole lives to get on Price is Right. People, as we're seeing now in the deathmatch community, which we'll talk about on Tuesday, people wait their whole lives to get their face on a T-shirt. You've done both. You've ring-announced dozens and dozens, hundreds, thousands of the greats. And just as a little aside, you also fucked up Price is Right. You also walked in there, fucked some shit up with your tuxedo T-shirt. So it's 2 lifetime achievements, And a CZW Hall of Fame.
It's all about legacy. And I just said to you, in regards to legacy, in the name of Boulevard Bullies, like Boulevard Bullies, especially after this past Sunday, are now like etched. Our names, your name, what you created is now etched on two like labels. Shit. Fuck. Whatever. Two labels, CZW and now XPW, that both have like over 2 decades of fucking content.
You know, it's funny.
That's what makes you legendary.
When you say it that way, it makes me feel all warm and fuzzy inside. I was trying to think about this earlier today. Like who was doing what we were doing before we were doing it? TJ and Friends definitely came before us.
That wasn't before Bullies.
No, because you know what? Because I remember going to Tournament of Deaths and seeing him before we started filming us going to Tournament of Death. So he was definitely before us.
Okay.
Maybe like Alicia Atout. You know, I feel like she was doing like the music interviews and branched off to wrestling. If not before us, then like right at the same time. You know, and I'm trying to think of others.
I don't remember Alicia Atout until she interviewed Leo Rush. I don't mean to be a dick, but when she interviewed Leo and Max and you know, those guys like CZW, Jace guys is when I first saw her. I don't remember anything she did with music or anything before she started fucking with CZW, or really was the PWG guys. Well, she really jumped on PWG guys, but PWG was bringing in a lot of ROH, a lot of CZW.
Yeah, it was like, but it was still indie.
So
it was still indie guys.
And plus, indie guys, yeah.
There was more of a stark difference back then between indie guys and like contract, like TV wrestlers. Now, you know, AEW wrestlers are TV wrestlers, then you see them at somewhere else, and they could go do an indie and do a YouTube interview. You know, it's a little bit different now.
Yes, indeed it is.
But anyway, I'll just leave it at this as far as the XPW show and Boulevard Bullies legacy goes. I've been seeing a lot of people talking about a lot of opinions that they have in regards to like whether or not we earned what we did on Sunday.
Look what you made me do.
Yeah, and so I'll just put it this way. Advertisement for Tuesday. My patience meter is growing full. The EX meter is almost full, and come by Tuesday, it'll probably be ready for me to do double input Hidden Ultra. And, you know, I've really kind of stayed back and let Brian take the reins of being the shit talker. But, yo, I think we might have to...
you're going to get involved.
We might have to flame on. And you know what it is? It's a detriment. Like, people who don't care enough to sit there and type out, like, a whole fucking thing and get into a whole online argument. It's like, I got too much to do. Like, in my mind, I'm reading this, and I'm cutting a promo.
100%.
You know, but it's like, yo, so right off the bat, number one, if you're sitting there typing like a fucking... You know, we all know the size that we're looking for. If you're sending out something that would be considered a toxic text message that would make somebody go, oh, God, then, like, yo, right then and there, you have already lost.
Yeah.
I don't even need to, like, I don't even need to say anything to prove a point to you because you're writing 3 paragraphs and you're only communicating with people who don't see anything weird about that. So, like, I'm already in another fucking universe. Don't make me fucking come down to earth and kick your ass. And flame on.
There's been a lot of talk. There's been a lot of talk,
but you know what? It's okay. And that leads me into something that I've been wanting to make for a while. And I don't know. You know, it's just like this. The more the 3 paragraphers fucking bark, the less I will even want to do anything. So, like, I'm seeing, like, you know, once, like, I saw that every fucking person had a piece of merch, you notice I kind of stopped pushing merch. See that, like, Boulevard Bullies were the wrestling meme lords. And once everybody started doing wrestling memes, Boulevard Bullies stopped doing it. Once Mittens put his face on a T-shirt, I stopped pushing our merch.
Yep.
So that's another thing that's going to change. because that was another thing that we were great at is merch. So, new T-shirts, summer T-shirts coming this month. Designs.
Tank tops?
We're gonna do tanks. We're gonna do like a nice
Dolly.
summer
I
color,
want that Vince Dolly tank.
and then we're gonna do obviously black. And the third thing that I already forgot about. That's it. I forgot the third thing.
It'll come back.
But yeah, so tune in next Tuesday to watch me flame, and keep an eye out for new merch.
You're gonna learn as your celebrity swells.
Oh please.
Listen to me. Okay? I'm 21 years, going to 22 years in it. You're gonna learn as your celebrity swells that like not saying anything like that builds you way up.
Yeah,
like,
and
not saying shit.
I feel like I've done
right
that.
there.
I feel like I've let the peasants fight amongst
I'm on
themselves.
to the next thing. That was all the way last Sunday. I'm thinking about this Sunday.
Yeah, it's like, are you still talking about this?
You can do all of that.
We're getting ready for bongos on a balcony. Anyway,
Yeah.
Tell me about this shirt. Speaking of merch, what's this awesome X-Men 97 WWE 92? Who's that? $1 Million Man?
Dude.
That is fucking awesome. Who made that?
Dude, Robert Pearson, good personal friend of Peter Rosenberg, showed up at one of the Rosenberg Night of Real Hip Hop shows. I did 6 of them. Peter Palooza. Dude, he had this shirt on. I said, oh my God, I need that. I was like, I need that. I was like, I don't know what the fuck that is. I don't know who you are, but I need that. And he was like, yo, just hit me up. I'll get a one-off made for you. And I figure since Joe Byron and Donald Trump are doing their debate ski tonight, that that's the inspiration, obviously. And yeah, it's coming, dude. Trump's about to win the world championship. He's already a Hall of Famer.
That is an incredible shirt, and the fact that it's
I wear it so rarely. Rare.
That is really.
And
a nice
I was
shirt.
like, yo, yeah, I love it, dude. I love it. And shout out Robert Pearson. I haven't seen you since 2016. It definitely was when Obama was on the way out, and we knew that Trump was on the way in when this shirt. So I'm thinking 2016 is when. Yeah.
Well, shout out to that shirt. Shout out to his name was Robert Pearson. His name was Robert Pearson. Oh, no, that's Paulson. Paulson is Fight Club.
No, he's alive. I tagged him in it.
Thank you for watching, everybody. Shout out John Richter. Shout out Urka. Shout out Bad Take Bry in the chat. Anybody else appreciate you? Share it. Share it with your friends. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Appreciate you. You know, we're just talking wrestling. By the way, also, since we got a small but fun chat, if you guys have things you want us to talk about, go ahead. Because, I have my notes, but all is fair in love and war. Give us a cat update. Kitty Watch, week 3. How are the cats doing? Tell me everything.
Well, one of them is crunching away on some dry food right now, and it's like, when the new parents have the baby and the baby's asleep, and they're like, yo, they're distracted right now. They're playing with each other. They're playing with their toys. They're eating. I don't have to give them any attention. But the big thing is my 2-year-old female cat is in heat right now. So she keeps on coming up and trying to molest the kittens, which is disgusting. So I've got to keep the door closed and monitor them and everything. But it's all good. Cat Martini wants me to name them Bone Thugs and Harmony.
Yes.
But I don't. That seems like that's cute for humans. Do you understand what I'm saying? That seems like that's a real cute thing for humans.
Yeah, I think that's lame. I think naming your cats to impress other humans would be lame. You got to give them.
Yes, dude. Yeah. Cats are mystical. They're mystical, So
Yeah, that's like a party trick.
Provided I love Bone Thugs and Harmony.
Bone Thug
You know,
is a great
that
name, and
maybe,
Harmony is
but
a
I
great
don't-
name. Yeah.
They are awesome, but I don't like love them enough to name my cats that. So, like, okay, no disrespect to cat, but like, I feel like the cat's name has to develop. You know, you have to like live with the cat. You have to watch its personality. You have to see how it moves and shakes, to like come up with the name. So they're nameless. They're nameless, but they're playing and everything's good. Everything's well. I'm just happy I saved them
Right now,
from
their names are Get Down and Damn It. That's what Urcus
Well,
says.
I always start with where's my little girl? So they're even though one's a boy and one's a girl, they're both my little girls. You know, and they respond to that. But yeah, we'll come up with a name. I like Bone Thugs and Harmony, but I also like don't want to impulsively just
Well, no, it's Bone
do that
Thug.
because someone said it.
Because the boy's name would be
yeah,
Bone Thug.
Well, see, and I would name the girl Bone Thug. I would name the girl would be Bone Thug, and the boy would be Harmony. But we'll see. They're good though. They're wrestling. I love watching them wrestle.
John Richter wants to talk about AEW Forbidden Dough, which we will do.
Let's go.
Did you watch anything good this week? We got give me like 2 minutes of. We got 2 minutes to discuss. You know, I watched the Subway Series. I watched the Mets kick the ass of the Yankees. Baseball, real sports ball. Did you watch or do anything non-wrestling fun, media related?
I mean, it was a pretty packed week. Whenever I like have weekends away to do the wrestling, I don't have a lot of time to like dedicate to anything besides my day-to-day. So over the past week, I don't think I watched anything of note.
Well, that's okay.
I started going through. I have a VHS box set of all the Nightmare on Elm Streets up to Wes Craven's New Nightmare, and I started rewatching, starting with 1, Johnny Depp's film debut, 2, the low-key gay one, and I just watched 3 for the second time because it's my favorite, and I'm gonna go into 4, 5. You know, I love being whisked away back to my childhood. That's probably one of the reasons that I got involved in wrestling. Is I love as an adult being kind of like whisked away to when I didn't give a fuck about a cell phone bill or a job or whatever. You know, all I cared about was like, oh, they're showing Freddy on Saturday afternoon after wrestling in Kung Fu theater. So sometimes I just like watch an American Werewolf in London or Nightmare on Elm Street Part 3 or just something to just like kind of numb myself of like adulthood because it sucks sometimes.
Have
you know? So no, I didn't watch anything though.
Have you heard of this phrase? There's like a new thing going around, like it's called girl math, girl lunch. It's like there's like these trends. Like, so girl lunch is like...
What's that? Tell me about it.
Girl lunch is a grilled chicken Caesar salad, a Diet Coke, and French fries. Apparently that's girl lunch. That's like a trend. And then there's like all this like girl math. Girl math is XYZ. Girl math is this. It's like all funny like meme jokes, right? And I saw one today that's like, well, what is boy math? It's like boy math is coming home from your horribly frustrating job and playing a scream-inducing video game. And I just thought that was funny. Boy math. Speaking of boy math, I've been watching The Boys. It's not a great show. It's a good show. It might even be a fake good show. Might just be a okay average show that tricks you that it's good. It's definitely tricked some people that it's great. But either way, the gore, and not just the gore, the concepts, unmatched, unparalleled. The other week, Larry, spoiler alert, the evil Superman character laser beamed a hole in a guy's dick. Laser beamed his dick off. Yeah. Made him he said, oh, hey, remember, like, it was like, no backstory. He goes, hey, He brought a Fudgy the Whale cake to this office. And then he made the guy, they made them all eat the cake and act friendly. And then he made the guy jerk off in front of everybody. He says, masturbate right now. Masturbate right now. And he's like, oh, look, you can't perform. Well, how about this? Perform right now, or I'm going to laser your dick off. And then he lasered his dick off. It's just a small taste.
Yo, that's
what goes on in the show.
One of my biggest fears. One of my biggest fears is like
getting your dick lasered off by evil Superman.
Well, okay. Being in some sort of like, and I know this is very far fetched, but like being in some sort of like Roman Colosseum where like everyone's watching me, and like the Caesar says, "All right, Larry, fuck this guy's hole," because we all know that you like fucking holes.
Okay, all right.
In your terms, like, girl, you know, like, come on, we're talking Larry, you know. So this is how difficult. I conceptualize it, but for you, a woman.
No, I know.
And then just like the anxiety of like a whole bunch of people watching,
Larry,
and because I can't get it up, Caesar gives me the, and then Caesar gives me the, because it's actually thumbs up meant you died, thumbs down meant you lived, but it gives me the thumbs up, and the girl goes and lions come out and rip me up in front. Like that's a huge. So that's awesome that they would like make that for our entertainment, like a similar type of deal.
Yeah, there's a lot of fucked up shit that happens in that.
I love fucked up shit. I will say, I like John Oliver. Last Week Tonight.
Oh yeah.
I don't have HBO or Cinemax, whatever show he's on, whatever channel he's on, but I like the stop it. I like the every time I do that, they do actually stop. I like John Oliver and his sort of like whimsical British like take on things. So that, Cornette, Meltzer and Alvarez, Boulevard Bullies. That's really all I digest.
That's all you need. Hey, wrestling headlines. Did you see Dijak got released and then posted a photo of a letter that he wrote? See this?
I saw Dijak was released, and on F4 Wrestling, whatever it's called, whatever Brian Alvarez and Mike Sempervive and Dave Meltzer's thing is, they were talking about how that guy, Dijak, is just so valuable. And from the time that he fought Leo Rush in the Top Prospect, the Ring of Honor Top Prospect finals, that was the finals of that year. Maybe the same year that I got this shirt, 2016. Leo Rush versus Donovan Dijak. Dude, he is awesome. And was just saddled with so many shitty gimmicks that it's a travesty that he didn't like get that Karrion Kross.
Well, Karrion Kross is like a shell of his former self as well. At least they got him on TV.
You know what it is? It's that hair. You know, hair works for some, but for some, that Stone Cold or that, you know, what's his name? Not Dax. The other one. No, Dax. You know, that just makes them look more mean. And I feel like that Karrion Kross with no hair, he just looked more mean. And now with the hair, I'm like, dude, I'm not scared.
Pretty boy.
I'm not scared of you.
Yeah.
Yeah, all that hair.
Yeah. They're trying so hard to make him scary, and I don't really find him scary at all. He's got like the two scariest tag dudes. He's got the scariest manager. He's got the spookiest entrance. They give him like the black and white entrance with like the tilting camera. And I said, and he flicks his hair, and I'm like, oh, why don't you go back to Saved by the Bell? Why don't you go back to Baywatch? That hair.
When I wake up in the morning and my mom gets out of the morning, I don't think I'll ever make it on time.
Whoa.
Yeah, he was, but
It's
I
all
mentioned
right.
Leo Rush.
It's all right.
All right, because I'm saved by the bell. Bro, can I just say, real quick,
bell ring.
not to
Okay,
not to blow my own self, but the first time that I ever felt like I was a deal was the time that PWS brought Mr. Belding in to be the special guest enforcer for some Starman match, I think it was, or some match.
Sure, why not?
And TMZ covered it. TMZ covered Mr. Belding at a pro wrestling show in Rahway, New Jersey.
As well they should.
And my voice on the TMZ clip, you hear my voice going, "The star of Saved by the Bell, Mr. Belding."
Hell yeah.
And I was like, I love Saved by the Bell. But yeah, Karrion, come on. Get them together.
Yeah, get it together, Karrion Kross, you son of a bitch. Anyway, Dijak.
He doesn't have any control. They probably made him do that stuff.
They're trying so hard. He's like, oh, this guy bare knuckle fought the streets of Guatemala. You know?
Yeah.
Like, okay, who cares? Pretty boy.
All the extra.
So Dijak, he wrote a letter. He's going back on the indies, I guess. He's excited to prove himself. It's weird because something must have happened. Something must have happened because they drafted him to Raw, right? They made a big deal of him getting drafted to Raw. He was cool. And he was good on Twitter. Maybe they fired him because there can only be one guy on Raw who's good on Twitter, and that's Drew McIntyre. Maybe Drew McIntyre complained and was like, "This guy's stealing my gimmick. He's clever on Twitter now." So they're like, "Oh, sorry, you're gone. If you're gonna be clever on Twitter, you gotta go." That's my theory.
Dijak's clever on Twitter. I never seen a tweet to him. I know that Drew's funny.
Yeah, he does he does good entertaining tweets, the Dijak. Anyway, whatever. Fuck him.
Well, Sempervidi and Alvarez, not to shout out another podcast, they were like, that if Impact Wrestling doesn't snap him up as kind of like a former WWE misstep, and we're going to show you how to do it, then who's running that company?
Why not?
They basically were like, please don't go to AEW and get lost in the Brian Keith, Daniel Garcia, Sammy Guevara.
Right, too many guys.
Lee Moriarty, of just all these guys. Who are we going to see this week? All these guys. Go to someplace where you can really shine. So I kind of co-sign that. Dijak is awesome. His top prospect finals with Leo Rush was fucking awesome. And,
Leo Rush is awesome as well.
I've always been a big promoter of his, and I hope he sticks around and really, shows everybody how valuable he is.
It sucks because he's got to give that big black leather coat back to Wardrobe, and now he's got to invest $1,500 in a really nice tailored leather jacket, new gear.
Who was he in NXT? Because he was T-Bar. At one point on Raw, he was T-Bar.
Yeah.
But was he just Dijak? Was in NXT? Was he just Dijak?
Yeah, I feel like he had a first name at some point too, and it was Schmizak Dijak.
ROH was Donovan Dijak, but I feel like when he went to NXT, he was just the Jack.
I don't know. I haven't followed his shit that closely. That's kind of past my interest of NXT.
I mean, the thing about it is, Pat, is that he's kind of a handsome, tall guy.
And many said, and he said this in his letter, many said he had the match of WrestleMania weekend at NXT Stand and Deliver.
That doesn't matter.
I couldn't even tell you what it was.
That doesn't even matter.
Hey, did you know that Booker T is getting a national ESPN radio show that was just announced today? It's called Hall of Fame.
I saw that.
With Booker T. And what's his name? Some guy who, if you showed me his name. Huffman.
Booker T. Huffman.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about. And he's doing it with some other guy. So he's got a pod. He's got a radio show. It's going to be on national radio. National radio, Booker T. Shout out, Huffy.
Well, I got to tell you something. In the era of us kind of growing up on a Jesse the Body Ventura voice, the what are you talking about, gorilla? And also then that begat kind of a Lawler, like please, like these signature like sounds of announcers. I don't remember the last time I've heard an announcer that sounds as unique as Booker T. He sounds like he smokes 3 packs of Marlboro Reds a day. And I love it. I fucking love the regular sound. And I think that
it's like Macho Man almost. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like the same.
Yes.
Same kind of tones a little bit.
So I feel like
this guy's
shout out to him for being a dual Hall of Famer. One of the only 2-time Hall of Famers in WWE. Yes.
A rare.
Like, also, I want to just say this, and I don't mean to really take it to this, but I said something to a laissez-faire fan, not a mark. But I was like, Booker T is like the closest thing to like an African American executive that wrestling has ever seen.
Well, what about David Otunga?
Granted, well, I mean, he was something, but I don't know if he was an executive. But like Tony Khan obviously is African in like African descent.
What about like Bobby Lashley?
You know what I mean.
What about Bobby Lashley in the Hurt
You know
Business?
what I mean, Mike? Yeah, he's like
Bobby Lashley's pretty slick,
but he ain't no executive. He ain't no executive, bro. Do you understand what I'm saying? When I say executive, I mean at the table, at the fucking table.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, and because the laissez-faire fan was like, yo, I can't believe Sexy Red was on WWE. Again, not a mark, a laissez-faire fan. They were like, yo, I can't believe Sexy Red was on WWE. And I'm like, oh, well, she's on NXT where whoop that trick. Whoop that trick. You don't know about whoop that trick. You don't know about that. You know about Sexy Red. But like, I'm sure someone like Booker T kind of was like, yo, we should do that. Yeah, we should do this. Like, so maybe I'm reaching, but I kind of feel that whole step into like pop culture was kind of like thumbs up and like, yo, we should jump on this by Booker, if anyone.
I don't really enjoy Booker T yelling "shucky ducky quack quack" at things. I think
I do not either.
I think that's kind of weird. And like, so I don't really like him on commentary, but I'm
sorry, Pat.
It's okay. Thank God you have pants on. Thank God.
I'm so
Thank God you have pants on. Holy crap! That could have been. That was going to be the end of the show. Like all shows.
That was awesome, but also sorry.
Oh my God! Thank God you're not in your boxers or even shorts. We didn't want to see your dong.
Did it go all the way down to my?
Oh, if you had no pants on, that would have been the end of our entire existence.
All I was trying to do is I've got my fan on because you know how hot our houses are. I was gonna turn around and hit this, but it took the whole fucking ring light down with me. Sorry.
It's okay.
Sorry. I don't like Shucky Ducky Quack Quack either.
But I'll tell you this. So I don't like his commentary, but whenever he's on like a documentary thing where they're just interviewing him, or anytime he's like normal, I love him. Like he's heavily featured on Who Killed WCW, and I think his answers are insightful and amazing, and
What the? Are we going to talk about that? Who Killed WCW? Larry.
Yeah. You want to? Have you been watching it? I've watched the first 3 episodes. I don't know if there's a 4th yet.
So Pat, as with a lot of things, I catch up on like other people's reviews. So I listened to a lot of Brian Last and Jim Cornette's reviews.
Oh, you see, okay. So I have been slacking. I have not heard their reviews of it. I haven't heard the reviews of that. I haven't heard the review of Clash of the King. Yeah, I'm way behind on my gym.
So yeah, I will often during my commute to and from work not listen to music, but just listen to Cornette and Brian Last or Alvarez and Meltzer and Sempervidi and them. And they were like, by episode 4, it kind of appeared to be like a Eric Bischoff redemption tale. Like, you might not know.
But it wasn't his fault. It wasn't his fault.
Right. Yeah, it ain't my fault. Right.
Does he have a producer credit?
That I don't know.
It's not Eric Bischoff. It's like executive producer Ben Rishoff.
No, dude, it would probably be Jason Harvey.
Who's that?
The guy from The Wonder Years, Kevin Arnold's brother on The Wonder Years, that guy, Kevin Harvey.
Okay.
Anyway, and Eric Bischoff, he might be Eric Bischoff's nephew. If you don't know Jason Harvey, he was on The Wonder Years. Look in the chat. I'm sure someone knows what I'm talking about. But Jason Harvey, who was Kevin Arnold on The Wonder Years, Fred Savage's brother, is of some relation and in television with Eric Bischoff. And there was one WCW pay-per-view back in the day where Jason Harvey was like in Sting's corner on the outside or something as Sting fought like Nikita Koloff or Rick Rude or something, and it was so random.
I'm trying to think of the Wonder Years theme.
What would you do if I sang out of tune? Would you stand up and walk out on me?
That's a real song though. That's Joe Cocker, I believe.
It is Joe Cocker's rendition of the Beatles, I think. And I will say that I equally love both of those, which I cannot say about Dolly Parton and Whitney Houston's versions of I Will Always Love You. I do not love both of those, but both the Beatles and Joe Cocker's renditions of that one song I equally adore.
Joe Cocker, very weird, very interesting performer.
So we do this. We let pauses, but then when the pauses ended and we know it's time to talk, you and I both talk. Have you noticed that? Yeah. No. It's okay.
I recently
it means we're in sync. We're in sync.
Yeah,
but go ahead. You go.
Together.
You go.
I don't know. I was just saying that Booker T was appeared very dope on that. And I love the story where David Arquette is in the back, and he's like, I won Booker. Like, I guess Booker and him were cool. He's like, this feels so good, man. How many times have you done it? And Booker's like, never. I've never done it. And then David Arquette, like, never forgot that moment and, like, looked himself in the mirror in the morning and said, I have to relinquish. Like, it was his idea to, like, relinquish. And then in the promo, he just ad-libbed, like, other guys should have this. Like Booker T. Yeah, and they had a whole segment.
Wow!
Yeah.
Wow!
Yeah, very cool story. There's a lot of cool little stories. Yeah,
that's really interesting. I'm going to tell you, I met David Arquette one time in my life, obviously when I announced him versus Nick Gage. And one thing that I noted about him
TMZ wound up covering that too. By the way, sorry.
What's that?
That match, TMZ wound up covering as well, that match, because of historic implications.
Yeah, that's funny. They did. But, dude, I don't know how to say this any other way. Besides how I'm saying it. But, like, David Arquette was, like, really cool with the black people. Like, he was, like, really cool with Human Tornado. And he was, like, really, like, overly friendly to me, and I kind of was like, oh, it must be because I'm with Human Tornado, like I arrived with Human Tornado, so he's like, oh, there's Human Tornado's boy. But that's awesome. You know, in regards to what I just said about Booker kind of being one of the only black executives in wrestling, and what I mean by that is a decision maker, like, you know, for him to have had that kind of impact on an actor. That was like, oh, I'm doing a role.
Well, I mean, that story that you just told lines up with him being friendly with Booker T, you know, and then saying to Booker T, like, they're talking about it and blah, 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 and, like, he's telling him how good he feels.
Maybe he always empathized. Maybe David Arquette is a low-key empathizer with the fucking You know,
I have no
the plight
doubts.
of this country.
Way to go.
You know?
Way to go, David.
Yeah. That's great what we just talked about.
Hey, speaking of black people, did you hear that Mark Henry?
I heard this. Yes.
Did you hear about Mark Henry talking about like he buried the Wyatt Six for this Whataburger photo? If this was a better
Okay. I thought he was just burying the Wyatt Six. He buried them for that photo. He buried them for the fanship at Whataburger.
Yeah. Because basically,
which is the exact same thing that you were saying on Tuesday on the show.
I was only saying that. I only brought that up because I saw it's like kind of I've seen it for a few days on and off now. And you know how it is. These meme pages, these real clout chasers, these people who will type 3 paragraphs into a fucking thing, you know, the real clout chasers out there, they took the photo and then quoted him.
Of course.
You know what I mean?
So now
it's a nice, quick
legs.
graphic design.
The legs are getting even longer.
You know, because it is a story. It's a good story. It's interesting because Mark Henry said that he was really disappointed because it was basically less than a week. Like, I mean, we're behind on this. This is like 2 weeks ago when they debuted. But they basically shot Chad Gable in the head, murdered a bunch of production people. You know, they had all the smoke. And Mark Henry, and then that presumably, Larry, that evening, they were at Whataburger, all 6 of them unmasked, and a fan noticed them, and they not only were made, but they posed for a photo, all of them unmasked. Now on social media, you can tell who their identities are, but in terms of the context of the story and what you're seeing on television, these people haven't been unmasked yet. So Mark Henry said they were disappointed that so much money and so much creative and so much time went into this, all for them to go to Whataburger after the show and take a photo with a fan.
Pat,
Larry.
This is going to sound so crazy to you.
Oh, no.
But I was unaware that they were at Whataburger, out of gimmick. I thought that they were, at Whataburger as the Wyatt Six.
No.
You mean these were, the people that trade these characters, in just regular Lakers jerseys? And fucking Pistons jerseys and shit. This was just them in their regular Target clothes.
Yeah, they were in their slides, dude. Hold on. I think, yep, I have the photo. Larry? Oh, you can't see it because it's on your phone. All right, hold on.
Can you show it on the screen?
Okay, hold on. I'm going to lower my brightness. Tell me if you can see it. Can you see it?
Yeah, lower your brightness. Let me see.
Wait.
Hold on. Put the thing up. Yeah.
Can you see it?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And
they're just regular people.
And they're just regular people. Nikki Cross is like, a ding.
Yeah.
You know, Eric Rowan is giving double thumbs up.
And hey,
Bo Dallas himself, Uncle Howdy himself, is holding a Whataburger cup. He's holding. And the fan, it's funny you said basketball jerseys because the fan is wearing a Mavericks jersey.
Now, I'm going to tell you something. Pat.
Come on, Larry.
Here.
They look like fucking chubs. They look like idiots, dude.
Yo. Hear me now, Pat.
All right, please.
I have heard from several, in WWE, that, you can't refuse photos if fans recognize you and they're like, hey, you're those guys. Can I get a quick pic? I've heard that you can't be like, oh no, brother, doesn't work for me. We're at Whataburger, regular people. Which then says to me, why did they choose to do that?
Why'd they go out? Why'd they go out? They couldn't go through the fucking drive, whatever. I don't know. It's like you can't party in the hotel.
They're going to be
punished? They should have done. That's the problem.
You think that Triple H is going to give them each one of them individually the treatment that he got for doing the pose?
I mean, I would hope that somebody would at least mentioned to them, hey, guys, you fucking idiots. Could you not do that again? We got a lot of big, and that's what Mark Henry's saying. They got a lot of big plans. And look, Joe Gacy, you go on his Instagram, and he's still posting about, like, like, he revealed on his Instagram that he was the guy in the pig face, right? And then, if you look at his stories, he's at Disney World with Ami. Well, no, it's Amy, but, you know.
No, it's Ami.
No, Ami's the photographer. Amy is Joe's wife.
Oh, God, I'm sorry. Yeah, you're right. Amy.
Yeah.
Amy ICW.
Yeah. Well, I mean, let's not. So, yeah. So that's okay. Mark Henry didn't get mad about that. He got mad about this fucking Whataburger photo. So you've seen it. What do you think?
Mark Henry gets angry about a lot.
He's emotional.
Doesn't he? Remember Leo Rush? Leo Rush's first. Yes.
Oh, and you know what? Wow. It's very interesting because Mark Henry's not in AEW anymore. And you know who's been around a lot lately? Huh. With the bags. And I remember that with the bags and the bus and all the stuff. Huh.
I mean, Pat,
he's like opposite David Arquette. Like David Arquette wants to make friends and Mark Henry wants to.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Psychology, brother. Psychology.
Yeah, and Mark Henry, let's be honest.
I know that what you just said about, like, oh, Mark Henry's gone and look who's back. And I kind of remember that when somebody who just came back debuted, like right after they debuted, they were like, we've just signed Mark Henry. So who knows?
Huh.
Not my business. Not my business. Not my affairs.
Well, anyway, yeah, I mean, I was never a big Mark Henry fan. The best thing he had going for him was the salmon thing. And then he did the Cena thing after the salmon suit. I mean, he was Sexual Chocolate and had one of the greatest theme songs of all time. I guess there's that. But he was on TV for 30 years. So I guess, it's just an interesting discussion he brought up. Did you watch any of Monday Night Raw?
I was in bed and I put it on, but I was not looking at it. The Miz was the guest commentator, correct?
Right. So I guess, and this is very, very strange because they were in Indianapolis, which is Pat McAfee's hometown. And Pat McAfee missed the show. I guess they're doing a dealio with the Wyatt Six, fresh out of Whataburger. And so Pat wasn't there, and Michael Cole did the show basically for 2 hours by himself. The Miz came in for a little bit, but basically, they're still qualifying for the Money in the Bank. So they did Money in the Bank qualifiers. Karrion Kross wrestled Kofi Kingston. Drew McIntyre cut a promo. Braun Breaker fought Ludwig Kaiser. There's a whole bunch of stuff.
I think I saw Ludwig versus Braun. And when I say saw, I mean listen to. But no, we did a show on Sunday, Pat.
Yeah.
We did a show on Sunday, and it was a lot, dude. I did 2 shows on Sunday. A lot of driving, a lot of paying attention, a lot of making sure I didn't die. And performing. So I think by Monday, after getting, I don't know, disembarked from my travel, I couldn't. So no, I didn't
Well,
really
I'll tell you this.
Raw.
They furthered the Liv Morgan storyline with Dominic Mysterio. She sent him 50 chicken nuggets. And she sent him a dirty photo text message that he showed to the Judgment Day, and they were all like, whoa. Whoa. Yeah, they're getting crazy over there, dude. So far.
Well, I did see a headline that said that WWE is definitely heading for uncensored.
Right, that it's going to get a little bit more edgy when they get to Netflix.
So, I guess what I mentioned that for is like, okay, Dom got sent a picture that the Judgment Day was like, va 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 boom. Do you think that we're going to a place where it's like they show that? Like,
no, Larry, stop it.
Dude, I think we might actually see Edge and Lita realized.
No, I don't. Don't sip your cup like you're right. That's not going to happen. I mean, she sent him.
Well, look at my shirt. Hey,
yeah.
Look at my shirt. Right?
Pork Chop Express in the chat just came in, and he's a little bit late, I guess, because he's saying great shirt, Larry, which we spoke extensively about.
Bro, here's
How
what
dare
I'm
you?
saying. Here's what I'm saying. We know who this is an homage to, right? This motherfucker, first term, runs our country. Just think about this for 1 second. WWE comes back to free TV. Kofi, Brock. First edition of SmackDown on Fox on free TV.
Whoa.
When is the last time wrestling, mainstream major wrestling was just free? It was
on
wild.
Channel 5. You know?
Right. Like 92. I don't know when they took SmackDown and took it to Spike or whatever they took it to, UPN or whatever. But it's been a while. So, yeah, I feel like that in a new era of belligerence, aggression, sex, that we definitely could see. And I felt like that when Rock fucked Cody up outside that bus and was like, we don't cut for shit, bitch. When he was doing all that, I felt like that was the prequel. That Rock was basically saying, yo, when we go to Netflix, all cuss words, all blood, and potentially some fucking. Dude. Highest rated segment in Raw history. Foley, this is your Rock, this is your life. Followed closely by live sex. Lita, Edge, live sex, dude.
Yeah, Larry, you're bugging.
Dude,
You're bugging.
Bro, that debate, judging by my watch, that debate is 5 minutes in right now.
Do you want to do a live watch along?
If this WWE Hall of Famer that this shirt is an homage to takes the reins back over, it's going to be some dark days for this country, but that means some bright days for pro wrestling. I hate to say it, bro. I hate to say it, but
we're heading towards idiocracy, where Donald Trump is the president. Wrestling is the most popular sport in the world. Everyone wears Crocs. Everybody's always on looking at their screens. Obesity, orange sodas, laughing at others falling down and falling around. Girl lunches. TikToks, dances.
TikTok. Yeah. All that stupid shit. So who knows? I vote for me. I vote for the CZW Hall of Famer. I vote for the Boulevard Bullies.
There you have it.
Vote.
There you have it right there. Larry declaring himself for presidency.
Should I run?
I feel like we could drum up some write-in ballots. You could be like that one son in Succession who gets 1% of the vote, and they buy you out. They'll buy you out. If you get 1% of the vote, they'll buy you out. Or they'll kill you. All
right, and
let's
stop discussing this.
Okay.
I'm going to turn around and not knock down my ring light.
I don't believe you almost did. Hey, okay, so far in the Money in the Bank ladder match, there is Jey Uso, Carmelo Hayes, Andrade, Chad Gable, and 2 more to be determined. In the women's, it's Io Sky, Chelsea Green. Let's go. That's my pick. Lyra Valkyria, and 3 more to be determined. I don't want to talk about this anymore because next week we will preview Money in the Bank. Damian Priest versus Seth Rollins. Sami Zayn versus Braun Breaker. Blah, 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 blah. 6-man tag was just announced. We'll talk about that next week.
Who's Braun fighting?
Braun is challenging for the Intercontinental Championship versus Sami Zayn.
Okay. And Damian Seth.
Yeah, but we could talk about this next week.
Okay, that's
this
good money,
week,
though. I like the sound of both of those. That's good money.
Oh, I'm going to be locked into the WWE pay-per-view. I'm also going to be locked into Forbidden Door.
Yes.
Live from the
Now,
USB.
Forbidden Door, I'm kind of more up on Forbidden Door. I didn't even realize TLC was coming up until we did the notes before
It's
the
in
show.
Toronto.
TLC is Toronto or Forbidden Door? TLC
Forbidden
is Toronto.
Door,
Okay, great.
I am not sure where Forbidden Door is. Oh, yeah, duh. UBS Arena.
Oh, Queens.
It's in fucking Elmont, or it's in fucking just
Queens.
Yeah, it's just barely Long Island. It's really kind of Queens.
Is that's not the former Nassau Coliseum, is it?
No, it's much, much further west than the Nassau Coliseum was.
Okay.
But the Islanders play there. AEW has often run there. You know, it was supposed to be at the tennis stadium. It was supposed to be at Arthur Ashe. Yeah. In Flushing.
Arthur Ashe, yes.
And they couldn't fucking they couldn't move enough tickets, so they moved it to USB. It's a smaller place. And by the way, I was there not front row, last row in the first UBS or the first stadium show, the Arthur Ashe.
Come here.
Sold out. Kenny Omega versus Bryan Danielson. Sold out the fucking thingamabobber. The Arthur Ashe.
That's when you had the interaction in the concourse with Sir Wilkinson, and he was like, I don't see anybody. I am Sir Wilkinson.
Is that what happened? There's still the memory is still a little bit hazy, as usual. So, 0 Hour, obviously. Chris Statlander, Long Island's own, teaming with a Japanese female wrestler versus Willow Nightingale and a female wrestler.
Dude, I
Tag
think
match.
it sucks. I think it sucks that Willow. I don't want to say that she got bumped down at all by any stretch of the imagination, but Willow was like just the champion and just like doing shit with Mercedes, major shit, and then it's like
0 Hour tag
now
match.
they immediately have Chris Statlander. Oh no, you don't want to be up here. Okay.
Well,
They
you know
immediately
what?
have Chris Statlander.
Well, and also Mariah May is fighting Saraya in a Owen Hart quarterfinal tournament match, so that's gonna happen.
Now Mariah May is like the suck upper of Tony Storm, right?
Yes, but she's also the suck up of the woman that she's gonna be facing. What the hell is this woman's name? Mina Shirakawa.
Dude, Cornette is like, what the fuck is going on? And it's like, what is going on?
Yeah, they're in like a love triangle. They're in a.
He doesn't. Yeah.
Yeah, it's awesome.
And I guess I get it when I see it, but I'm also like, huh? Like what? Like, I don't know who they're booking for, dude.
Simps.
That's what I guess I'm trying to say. I don't know who they're booking.
That's the simp part of the card, dude. Oh, little kitty. It's a simp match. The Elite. Okada and the Young Bucks versus Scissor Ace, which is the Acclaimed and Tanahashi.
Bom, 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 bom.
They're calling themselves Scissor Ace.
Skip the Bucks and Okada versus
the Acclaimed and Tanahashi, which is kind of fucking cool. But I don't know, like, why is the Acclaimed? FTR is not even on the show. You know.
Wow.
They don't even have anything going on.
Wow, dude. Wow.
Did you see Dax Harwood's birthday party, dude? Oh my God, what a cringe fest. It was like,
tell me about that.
They were like, hey, he just posted the photos of on Instagram, and he was like, best weekend ever, best birthday ever, and it's like him and Cash and Bret Hart and Edge and like their wives and like he got a picture in his like man cave with him and Bret Hart and his like Bret Hart like stand like cutout, and he's like, "Yeah, I got Bret
Just
Hart to
marking
come
out.
to my birthday party."
Just marking out the way that I would for like a Lawler or a JBL if they actually give a
He
fuck about
fucking
me.
booked Bret Hart for his birthday party, dude.
Oh, I would never do that. I would never like book Lawler.
And Bret Hart got fucked up and started talking about Goldberg.
Well, that's what he does.
Yeah,
I think the concussion like has triggered something in him. Like I'll never not stop talking about this.
Yeah, and so when he probably got like wasted with them, and like the wives went to bed, and he probably punished the other three guys about how much he hates Goldberg.
Yeah, for kicking him. And Goldberg said, "Watch the kick." You know that, right? That's the thing about this whole story that I'm kind of like, Bret, shut up.
Well, it's not, but it's like what kick?
Watch the kick.
Yeah, but he didn't expect it to be in his face.
Watch the kick, dude. Watch the fucking kick, dude. Like,
okay, maybe, but I feel like Bret thought it was going to be in the solar plexus.
well, he got his hand up, didn't he, Pat? In that footage, doesn't Bret get his hand up?
Not fast enough.
No.
Well, unfortunately,
I don't
FTR,
know.
Bret Hart, and Edge are not on the pay-per-view. But, hey, congratulations on the birthday. What else is on Forbidden Door? I mean, I don't really care about any of this. It's all just like their wrestlers.
Ospreay, isn't it Ospreay versus Swerve
Well,
already?
that I care about. That I care about. But it's like they have no storylines going on. It's like everything has come to a screeching halt so that Bryan Danielson can face Shingo Takagi and that MJF can face Hikaru and Zack Sabre Jr. can fight Orange Cassidy, which might be fun. And, of course, there's the threesome between Toni Storm, Mina Shirakawa, and, Mariah May is going to be in both of their corners.
Oh, and Steph Vacour versus Mercedes Moné.
Right, which is another thing that, like, is a complete left turn. Like, they came off of a dope pay-per-view, and then they just completely derailed it by doing, like, this thing.
Dude, I mean, I think that
all of the storylines stopped.
I think amongst ourselves, we've talked about this, and I mean, the full Boulevard Bullies crew, but, like, I don't think AEW gives a shit about fucking continuity or story as much as they care about like just presenting fucking awesome shows. But they kind of like front like, hey, look, we care and do things and we just like kind of poke holes in it. But then it's also like, but hey, we're still going to give you a fucking awesome show despite the continuity and everything else, because like, dude, on the Mondays or whatever after PWG shows, which to me is what AEW seems like. It seems like a huge PWG show, just like a PWG show on a massive scale, dude. On Mondays or Tuesdays when they would do their shows out there in LA, and then the video would come out with that Jethro Tull song or whatever that shit was, that you see clips of it all the time. I'm talking Ricochet versus Leo Rush, first time ever. Elgin versus Generico. Ospreay versus Kyle O'Reilly. All this shit that we're seeing again on AEW. I'm like, yo, this is like the Young Bucks like fucking baby realized, essentially. And they used Cody. They used Cody's ass to be like, we're relevant. And Jericho helped, but like I really feel like that's what AEW is. And when it comes to PWG, sure, you're gonna have some hardcores that want story, but we really just want a fucking holy shit show.
Yeah, I mean, okay, that's cool. And I thought that the last pay-per-view, what was it, Double or Nothing? I thought the last one was fucking awesome. And I think that they really do pay-per-views well. And
I agree.
I don't know, but this seems like a Ring of Honor show. You know, it's like, okay, look, I love, just as the next guy, seeing new people who I don't know wrestle. You know what I mean? Like, so there's a lot of names on here that it's like, oh, okay, this is interesting. I'll see them wrestle. But I don't know. It's like, Just weird. Like there's no like I have no interest in MJF and what he's doing. Like he just came back and now he's fighting this guy Hicerico, who's awesome by the way.
know,
that guy's awesome, but nah.
Again, that's PWG though, dude. It's like
you just show up and you just know that you're gonna get
dream matches. You're gonna see matches that are like, oh, wouldn't it be awesome if Kenny Omega fought Shockwave the Robot? And you're like, yeah. And it's like, yo, do it.
How about this?
Like
AEW.
But yeah, the emotional, you're talking about the emotional investment. Like, I care about the outcome of this. And they just are like, no, you're here for wrestling. Here it is.
This is the one thing that might interest me a little bit, which is,
Hook.
Well, there's,
Shibata
I'm not seeing Samoa Joe or Hook on this, but I'm seeing Dante Martin, Leo Rush, Jack Perry, Mark Briscoe, Takeshita, and one mystery person in the AEW TNT Championship ladder match. So Leo Rush getting the start in a huge pay-per-view ladder match. I mean, I think Jack Perry is going to be the obvious winner, but should be dope.
Patrick,
Larry,
how long until Ricochet is available?
Well, did you know, Larry, did you know that I feel like on a national legislative scale, the DNA, the NDA, the fucking non-competes, they're like, this is no longer a thing or something. Didn't they open up non-competes where it's like, oh, there's no more window. There's no more 90-day window. Wow.
I hope to God that they did, and I hope that we don't see Ricca, but we see Prince Puma.
Oh, you want to see Prince Puma appear?
Dude, he was awesome.
He was
awesome.
I think this is all just to feed Jack Perry. What up, Steve? Steve in the chat, Bald Steve.
What up?
IWGP World Heavyweight Championship. Jon Moxley versus Naito. Tetsuya Naito. Tetsuya Naito. Tetsuya Naito. Tetsuya Naito. Did I say it right? Are you awake?
You said it right. You know, it's weird to me because, you know, I was in Ring of Honor when Ring of Honor first did this partnership with New Japan Pro Wrestling, and they brought over Nakamura and Tanahashi and Naito and Dragon Lee and all of these, not Dragon Lee, I forget his name. I'm throwing myself under the bus, but they brought all these guys over, and it was a huge deal.
Mm-hmm.
And that was like in like 2015.
Terminal
so we're
5.
almost 10. Yeah, all that Terminal 5 Hammerstein Ballroom shit. And now it's like 10 years later.
Fuck
and
you, Steve.
I'm seeing a lot of the same on top guys now doing the AEW dance, and I'm like, what's going on?
Huh.
Like, was this like a long-term strategy? Like, hindsight being 2020, and at the time that all that shit that I'm talking about, Nakamura, Tanahashi, Okada, Naito, at the time that all that was going on, the Young Bucks were in ROH. Cody eventually came to ROH from WWE. Like, so when you, like, connect all the dots of, like, when this, I don't know, expansion or, God damn it, they did it again. They do this every time. They run around and they knock over the dry food, and then I have to clean it up. Come here. Like, it just seems like this has been going on. This thing is like almost like a recycling of like the global wars, War of the Worlds, pay-per-views that were like these ROH inviting New Japan guys over. And that's when I first met Ospreay, and like I don't know. It just seems
by
like
the
I've
way,
seen this all before. I've seen this all before, just not on TV. Not on TV. Now I'm seeing it on TV.
by the way, Steve flaming me in the chat, implying that I don't know the difference between an NDA and a non-compete. NDA is non-disclosure agreement. You can add a non-compete to that. There's a difference. NDAs don't speak of and talk about whatever. Intellectual property is involved. I'm Googling it right now, you son of a bitch. How dare you come in here and insult me and insult my intelligence.
He's trying to sun you.
Try to put me all off the fucking rails with your big-ass brain. Okay?
He's smart.
Non-compete is like, okay,
smart.
90-day window of not going to another company. You understand? NDA is like something like don't talk about the fight in the locker room.
The fucking fact that Jericho hit on you.
Right. Yeah, don't talk about Jericho helicoptering in front of you.
Right.
Non-compete is like, hey, when you leave the company, you can't fucking work somewhere else for 90 days. Okay?
Yeah.
There's two different fucking things.
But bro, if he does Prince Puma, that's not Ricochet. Prince Puma's not Ricochet.
And I believe, well, that would be a great way around a non-compete, but I believe that, because they didn't discount all NDAs, because then we'd be hearing about everything in wrestling that ever happened, right? But I think non-compete, like there's no more such thing as non-compete clause. Like when you leave a company or a contract or whatever, you could go somewhere else right away instead of waiting the 90 days.
Yeah, I mean, I guess now WWE is like UFC, so they don't give a shit. They've got a shit ton of money already. They're like, fucking go. I don't care.
Yeah, whatever.
Like, we got other niggas.
We got Andrade. Yeah, we got Andrade.
Yeah.
They immediately put Andrade in that spot. He's like winning matches on Raw and stuff. And then the match that me and you probably care about the most. I mean, I always love what MJF does. And the guy he's wrestling, look at the kitty.
Likes to play rough. MJF versus Hechicero.
Hechicero.
I know, I'm being Jim Cornette now.
He's cool, though. Hechicero is like the generic wrestler you would pick in WCW versus NWO World Tour, who had like a cool moveset of like weird top rope like headlock things and odd, like he was like an odd like wrestling guy. So like I like him. As far as all the guys that I don't know, he's like the powder keg. He's the generic. He's THQ,
I love wrestling, dude. I love wrestling.
Yeah, and Max will make it good.
I don't give a fuck. I want Max to be working. I want everyone to be working, and I want everyone to be having awesome matches. Swerve, everybody,
Swerve and freaking Will Ospreay.
Bruv.
Yeah, I swerve when I bruv. Championship match.
Yeah, I saw that side. That side was awesome.
So Swerve is fighting Will Ospreay. You think Will Ospreay is going to beat him?
No. Where is he?
Long Island.
And yeah, you did say that. And then we're building towards Max versus Ospreay and maybe Wembley. Is that what?
For the championship. For the championship, probably.
Have they bumped into each other's backs? And then they turned around and looked at each other.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, they did exactly that. Yeah.
Yeah.
They gave you a moment.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you think Swerve's been a success as a champion?
Yeah. Yes, I do. But.
Or do you think that Swerve's been set up for the fall? To basically be a placeholder champion because everybody likes to swerve, drop,
No, I think it's just a dip your toe in the water, and maybe you get Swerve versus Ospreay 2 at Wembley.
Ooh,
or maybe you get Swerve.
I like the way that you book.
Yeah,
I like the way that you book.
Or maybe you get Swerve. What's his name? And MJF.
Please don't say triple threat.
Yeah, maybe it's a triple threat. Maybe it's MJF, Swerve, and Bruv at Wembley, and then like Max takes the pin or something.
Maybe it's MJF, Ospreay, Wembley because Hangman Adam Page comes the fuck back.
Oh boy,
and
give
fuck
me a
Swerve,
break,
dude, and fuck Swerve. Like, you thought this shit was over? You thought you were gonna come to my house and I'm gonna drink your blood, and this shit is over, bro? And
Oh, you think so?
Hangman Swerve. We get Hangman Swerve again in Wembley.
Oh God. Right. So you think that happens? You think that happens tomorrow or Sunday or whatever?
I don't know.
He rides in on a horse. Belmont's right there. Belmont Racetrack's right over there, dude. They could get a horse from Belmont, no problem, and have this fucking guy ride in on it. Fucking drone shot,
dude.
Right into the arena.
He's been out of the conversation for so long.
Oh, that'd be so stupid, Larry.
Dude, I'm a Hangman fan. I don't like what he did to my boy Punk. I don't like that because I think that was just the beginning of the downward spiral of everything. Is the not cleared comments live. But I've always liked Steve Hangman Adam Page. I've always liked him since he first debuted in ROH years ago as like sort of a farm boy. He was just like a farm boy in green tights, green underwear tights. And I was like, I like this guy. So I want to see him do good. I hope his personal problems, whatever's kept him off TV, is through. And dude, I want to see him and Swerve more. Their matches were awesome. Remember wasn't there a match where like Swerve like hit him with a barbed wire chair and the shit like wrapped around Hangman's face, and Hangman was like on the ropes, like,
oh yeah,
with his fucking face and head being pulled back by barbed wire. Remember that?
Yeah.
I want more.
So
I want more of that.
They're just like Tommy Dreamer and Raven.
Exactly. Exactly.
So who do you think is going to leave?
More Benoit Jerichos for this generation. For this generation to be like, oh, but the fifth time that they fought, I just fucking had a heart attack. I want that.
I'm not seeing Jericho on this show either.
Isn't he doing him and Big Bill?
Yeah, but I'm not seeing it. I mean, who knows?
Probably a learning tree segment. Right?
So, I mean, it's true because, what you said before.
No, dude, no. He's doing something with Hook. Isn't he doing... It's him and Suzuki for the FTW Championship.
No. Where's that happening?
I think it's... Dude, I think it's not announced. I think it's Minoru Suzuki versus Jericho for the FTW Championship, bro. Forbidden Door.
Did you watch any of AW Dynamite last night?
Yes.
So do you have some highlights, some lowlights? I mean, I'm looking at the card right now. It's looking a little confusing.
Who's the girl in the Mariah? They did a spot with the bottle. They did a spot where the girl was trying to hit Toni Storm, but Toni Storm ducked, and they hit Mariah May with the bottle.
Oh, they were in a 6-man tag, 6-lady tag. The Simp Man tag. Saraya, Anna Jay, Harley Cameron, Toni Storm, Mariah May, Mina Shirakawa.
It was.
I mean, that's quite the lineup.
I wasn't really. I saw the main event though. I saw Swerve and Ospreay versus the Cage of Agony.
Right, because of course they have to be in a tag match together. Right?
Very, very, very 96, 97 WWF.
Yeah, of course they have to. Kyle O'Reilly versus Zack Sabre Jr. Now that's a match that if it was on an indie, I'd be like, oh, shit, okay. Like, that speaks to me. I'll fuck around with that.
Again, PWG on a very large scale. Excalibur even quoted that they had fought like 3 different times already, or 4, and that this would be like who had won the most. And I'm like, damn, well, this is old.
Runs deep. It runs deep. I don't even know who won.
I mean, it's interesting that I say I want Swerve and Hangman to go longer, but we really haven't seen them hook it up. Whereas you have Sabre and Kyle O'Reilly. Please don't get my words twisted. 2 of the best to ever fucking do it.
Oh yeah.
But like, we've seen it. So now it's just on a bigger stage. To do some stuff with Roddy and his crew, and I guess a callback to the NXT stuff that they did. Like, I'm not engaged. I love these guys all. But I'm not engaged. I'm like, I'm more engaged by Zack Sabre Jr. versus Chuck Taylor in a bar in Brooklyn.
That's one of the classics. By the way, Larry.
That's when I knew some shit. That's when I knew shit was percolating. I was like, oh, this shit is some shit.
Volunteered. Reached out and volunteered. Wanted to do it. You are right. The learning tree will be in action at this pay-per-view. It's Joe, Hook, and the guy Shibata versus Cass and Jericho and a mystery partner. Maybe so Brian Keith.
Is that who it's going to be?
Well, I mean, it should, because Brian Keith's hanging out with them, but it says trio match is still on for Forbidden Door, but who will side with the learning tree?
I guess it will be Brian Keith, because we got that other question mark. We got that other question mark wrestler in the ladder. So we can't do
You mean
too
Prince
huge.
Puma?
Dude, I hope it is. Dude, that's major. Dijak? Could it be Dijak?
Maybe Dijak. I think Rick would be awesome.
Dude, Rick.
And then he's gonna break his leg first match.
What if it was AJ Francis?
What if it's you know who it could be, Larry?
Who?
It could be say his name and he. Oh no, because they're working with he can't do it. They can't.
Hendry.
Do it. They can't.
Hendry.
Do it. Well, that's like the hot
Hendry's
guy
over
right
there.
now.
Maybe Willie Mack. Scorpio Sky. Maybe
say your guest in the
Scorpio
chat.
Sky.
Yeah, it can't be Joe Hendry, who, all of a sudden is wrestling's new greatest genius. Oh boy. Hey, so they are in a triple threat. Also, by the way, I just saw a headline. I'm like looking at the news too. I'm also looking to see if there is an AEW pool on DraftKings right now.
Ooh, I bet you one of the highest things will Kenny Omega show up?
Do you think he will show up?
I do.
To face off with Okada?
I mean, here's the thing, dude. Just like right now, Joe Biden, Joe Byron, and Donald Trump are fighting. Bro, Tony is fighting WWE, dude. He's going to spend all of the money to be like, and then Kenny Omega showed up. And then in our press scrum, this happened. He is going to fucking fight. All of the shit that WWE is doing good. And I love that mood. I love that mood of like Pepsi, Coke, McDonald's, Wendy's. I love that mood. Domino's, Pizza Hut.
Are you going to be locked in refreshing the sketchy websites on the 30th to watch this?
I will.
Yeah.
I will.
Maybe Dijak?
I will. I want to see. I want to see Danielson versus what's his name? Shikangi. What's his name? Shikangi.
Shikangi. Oh, hold on.
Say it right.
I got this. Where is it?
I know you do. That's what I'm asking.
Shingo Takagi.
Shingo. I want to see that. Because I feel like
Shingo Takagi.
Danielson cut a promo where it's like, "Oh, dude, you better win. You better win." I want to see that, and I want to see Swerve and Ospreay.
Swerve and Osp is really what I.
Yeah, I want to see Will. I want to see Will and Shane.
They gave Daniel Garcia time on Dynamite. Did you watch?
Because they were in Buffalo.
They were in Buffalo, New York.
Yes.
So Daniel Garcia got to speak. Did you watch our old friend Daniel?
I missed Dan. Did he swivel his hips or did he cut an impassioned? I'm tired of swiveling my hips. What did he do?
I'm not sure. You know what? Now you've made me curious. I'm going to go try to brush up.
Real quick. I would imagine that in Buffalo, his home state, he probably was like, I'm tired of swiveling my hips.
Oh, you got so much more to offer than hip swiveling.
Yeah.
MJF has a challenge for Daniel Garcia, but AEW International Champion Will Ospreay has a challenge of his own. What? Well, I guess we got to listen to this.
Yeah, go ahead. Give it a whirl ski.
Daniel Garcia versus Maxwell Jacob Friedman, MJF.
Okay, hurry it up, guys.
Wembley Stadium, all in.
Huh. So apparently, Maxwell Jacob Friedman, not Feinstein, Friedman, formerly Feinstein, issued a challenge to Daniel Garcia for Wembley Stadium.
Oh, yeah. I saw, yeah.
So you saw this?
Yeah.
Huh. Interesting. What do you think about this, Larry? Larry?
I don't want to say what I think about it.
Okay.
I want to say that
lie then. Say the exact opposite of what you want to think about it.
Do you know what a custom is?
Yeah, I do, Larry. Come on, Larry. Why does your mind always go there, Larry?
I just feel like that seems like that there's like a very high paying, like, I want to see these two bodies clash.
A British match. Possibly a British person.
Well, I don't know. I'm not speculating on any
Sir
part
John
of that.
Wembley himself, most likely.
And maybe Max and Daniel Garcia see a way larger payoff in going through with this and like promoting it and being like, oh yeah, we want to fucking fight. We want to fucking fight in Wembley.
Hey,
and I think it's kind of like in their eyes, kind of a star-making performance.
Yeah, MJF's like, I want to work with the younger talent. Let me put this brother over, brother.
Yep.
What a kind soul.
Yep.
He's like, well, he just paid me a whole boatload of money. It doesn't matter. I'm basically just passing my time until I go to WWE in 4 or 5 years. So I'll just wrestle everybody all the time at all times.
Maybe he's getting direct instructions from Cody.
Huh.
Maybe Cody is telling him everything to do.
Do you think that Cody's the one who put up the money for the custom? It was a joke. It was a joke.
Maybe it was Brandy.
Cody's got a 2-year-old.
Maybe it was Brandy. Maybe she wants to see those bodies clash.
Like, you know what you should do? You should text Max and tell him that he should put... right, okay.
Yo,
So
I wanna know,
Cody.
anyone in the chat? Can anyone in the chat find out if there's ever been a one-on between Daniel Garcia and MJF?
Can anybody in the chat research and see if there's ever been a custom between?
No, fuck custom. Just a Beyond or a fucking what is it? What is that thing? Creator Pro.
Creator Pro.
PWS,
Shout out.
maybe even.
Larry, you remember our longtime supporter in the chat, Sam Meeks?
Of course.
Well, his wife had a baby.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, Sam.
A boy or girl?
A baby. It's just a baby. We've confirmed that it's a baby.
Like cats don't have names.
And then Steve chimes in with the Ultimate Bullies comment. No excuse, Sam. He goes, because Sam goes, hey, fam, sorry I've been missing so many shows the last few weeks. You know, my wife just had a baby. And then Steve goes, no excuse.
Cute. Yeah, it's no excuse. Babies or no babies, you got to tune in.
It was a girl.
It's oh, nice. Beautiful. That means that Sam Meeks has a 100% chance of going on and on and on and on.
Right. Congratulations, Sam.
Congratulations, Sam. Had a little Gemini baby, or was it a Aries?
And then I guess Will Ospreay got involved. Who cares? Is there anything else going on? Okay, you know what,
Did we
Larry?
ever talk about NXT?
No, I want to talk about. I want to talk about something. Hold on.
I think we should start. Well, we do our other show. That's what it is. We do our other show.
Exactly.
I think I'm going to start watching NXT right after we get done. I think I'm going to do my own NXT report because, I love Trick. I love Trick Williams. CZW alum, but never made it onto show, just got trained there.
Okay, so hold on. I want to talk about Vince. I want to talk about what's going on with Vince. I feel like this is going to be a great topic here just to finish up the show.
Okay.
But I'm trying to find the guy's name. And I'm trying to get more info as we play the show. I didn't even think about this, but we got some time left. We got like 15 minutes left.
Yeah.
And by the way, if you want us to talk about anything specific in the chat, hit us up.
Super chat or some shit.
But I just want to say that there was this guy. Fuck, I'm trying to find it. And if you know what I'm talking about, say it in the chat. Basically, I guess this guy's like an ex-UFC guy that was trying to like be in WWE for a little bit or whatever. And basically the guy said that it's common knowledge that all this stuff that's been going on with Vince, like with women, like, obviously that's common knowledge, but it was common knowledge that like he would also do the same thing to the male wrestlers. And this guy came on this fucking pod. I'm trying to find it. If anybody in the thing has any info. I read the whole article the other day, and then I can't find it. And I didn't take any notes on it because I wasn't going to talk about it. But basically, if you believe this man's testimony and like what he is saying that he's heard firsthand and witnessed secondhand or whatever the fuck, that like Vince and Pat Patterson and all these fucking guys, and basically confirmed the Shawn Michaels losing his smile rumor. And all this shit. I'm trying to find it, but I'm failing. This is terrible reporting.
I mean, I can chime in with some shit.
I mean, be careful. Do you have... Yeah, chime in. Chime in.
A long time ago, when like there were still kind of like territories like down south, up north, out west, there was like this like kind of like mystique about going up north that like if you go up there you're like gonna get fucked. Sorry to talk in such like bold terms, but there was like this whole like kind of like, oh, when you go up there, like you get fucked. Like you don't just work, but like, you're gonna be getting assaulted sexually by other men. That's part of the working up there deal. And some people used to say that to try to like kind of like keep their talent. Like they didn't want Honky Tonk Man to go to WWF. They didn't want like, all these guys from like AWA, like so that the promoters would say that just to be like kind of scare their wrestlers like that. But dude, there's just so many times you can hear shit resounded by folks that you can't help but think like, is there some truth to that?
Okay, so this guy is Chael Sonnen. Vince McMahon turned WWE. So former MMA fighter Chael Sonnen, and I guess he fought at some point. I guess he had some like high profile matches. But he basically went on and flamed. He was on this thing, Flagrant, blah, blah, blah. He said that he thought that Vince ran Donald Trump's presidential campaign. I never met Vince. I know 11 people that he slept with. 8 of them were women, all consenting as adults, which is the implication to others being men. I was talking trash, but I wasn't joking on the Jim Rome show. Anyway, I mean, when Vince got Me Too'd out of the business, I did think it was a surprise. But as good as he is, blah, blah, blah. So he knows 11 people that Vince has slept with. 8 of them are women. I mean, who is this fucking guy? He would hold their careers over their head, just like he would with the women. This is with the male wrestlers. It was the same thing. You get paid more, you get pushed more. This is not a secret in the industry. Like, it's very well known. Shawn Michaels, like guys that you would know there was, whatever happening. I don't want to believe that Stone Cold Steve Austin fucked Vince McMahon, dude.
Well, he's a Sagittarius.
He would never.
He's a Sagittarius, but so is Trish. I think they're born on the same day.
This guy goes on. The rumors aren't. There was a lot of homosexuals that Vince came across, but there are also straight guys that just wanted to push in the business, where it like turned into prostitution. That was very well known. Not just Vince, Pat Patterson and some other executives did it too. Everybody would know. The girl turned me down, you'd get pulled off TV. Vince spoke about this a number of times, and people have always just thought he was joking. He was never joking. He was just telling the story. So that's this guy. Chael Sonnen. I mean, and, it's one thing if this guy is coming out and just saying this wild shit, but, you've been hearing about the Vince McMahon, Shawn Michaels forever. Don't tell me Bret Hart did it.
Well, Bret writes in his book about how sometimes Vince, after pay-per-views or, I don't know, tours, would, like, come to, like, the wrestler's room and, like, want to, like, party with them all night. And one time, like, he and Jim Neidhart gave Vince the heart attack on a couple mattresses that were, like, laid on the floor because Vince insisted. And, like, so who knows, man? I don't know. But I will tell you this much. If you told me to guess the 3 men that
Let's
Vince
guess the 3 men. Hey, stop it. Hey, get down. Stop it.
You know what they just did?
What did they do? These little bastards.
They're black. They're 2 little black bitches. And they love to knock their food all over. I would gotta say that one would be Shawn Michaels.
I would totally agree. I would go 100% Shawn Michaels.
I would also say that another would be John Cena.
No! 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 Okay.
And I'd say a third would be Triple H, who learned the game from Shawn Michaels.
Wow. So, John Cena, Triple H, and Shawn Michaels for Larry. All right, if I had to guess 3, I mean, that's a good 3. By the way, Urka says Hulk, Shawn, Taker. But then goes on to say Brock, Batista. And Batista is such a good one.
Urka might just be getting off.
Sam Meek says The Rock. Huh. Oh man. I think well, this guy only knew of 3, but I feel like all of those I can now believe. I don't know, man.
I don't know either. Hulk. I mean, I think you can maybe think about correlating to Hollywood. You know, like the paying of your dues in one regard, like wrestling. Well, now you got to do it to get these movies. So how far are you willing to go?
Well, The Rock and John Cena got movies.
And so did Hulk.
Rock, John Cena, Hulk.
I mean, when Urka said Hulk, I was kind of like, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's like the first obvious one, right?
That's another one. I mean, if rumors are to be believed, Vince is really into bodies. He's really into huge bodies.
John Richter says Billy Kidman.
Kidman might still be around.
Yeah.
Kidman was in Gorilla the one time I came out on Raw. You know that much.
Shawn Michaels, Billy Kidman, Steve Corino. Huh. Interesting. You know, and maybe like oh no. Wow, my mind's going crazy, Larry.
Well, I think that
You think it's just about time?
I think that that's a great way to end. This is
well, we did that's like the when the hour turns.
I didn't even know anything. This part of the show, I hadn't gotten to that headline. That's wild.
Yeah, this guy, and I just read you all the stuff. You what time is it here? Yeah, we got
6 minutes.
You know what? I'll give you one more. I have another thing.
Buddy Matthews got married.
Oh, Buddy, yeah, that's right. Rhea Ripley is officially married. She had a black wedding dress, looked great. Buddy Matthews just doing the thing. And Liv Morgan.
Convenient that she's getting married while she's hurt.
We didn't talk horror. All right. Edge. Edge.
I thought Edge. Look, okay. Here's why I thought.
Well,
Edge.
that's the thing too. Like you didn't necessarily have to fuck Vince, but how many of them, like, you know, just like that Raw segment that you brought up before, like
Pat Patterson. You know, that's why I thought Edge, because Pat was French Canadian, and was like, to me, like kind of a pipeline for that flavor, whether it be Lance Storm, Mike Awesome, Edge, Christian. He was like that Canadian, that Great White North.
Edge is a good one. Yeah, I agree, Edge. Yeah, I mean, and that's the thing, like, how many times did maybe Vince just like want to sit in the hotel chair, you know? And like there's all many, like, so it's like you could have, like, you know, it's like, okay, hey, it's like Cena wouldn't he wouldn't let Vince poop on him, so that's why they stopped his title reign at 16. Then let him beat Flair. You know, there are levels to the axe and your push.
Hey, you stop it.
It really does
That
make
is
you wonder
so
for
fucking-
real, like...
What women? Do you have any guesses of the 8 women?
Oh, my God. It could be any 8 would be good guesses. I mean, more like disrespect. Well, who are the... who's in the Hall of Fame? You know, basically, like... I don't know. I don't want to...
Oh, so you're saying like Moolah, Jackie, Sonny. Definitely Sonny. Sonny's definitely on that list, bro.
Oh,
Sonny.
man. Yeah, and probably what's his fuck? Chris Candido is probably involved in some sick shit too, dude. These poor people.
Remember Sable had that lawsuit against WWE about things?
Yeah, all these things. Yo, it's just crazy. It's just crazy, dude. What's going on in the horror world? You said you've been watching Freddy Nightmare on Elm Street 1s through a million.
Yeah, I have the tape. I bought. I mean, I'm a VHS guy, so I still actually have a player that works.
Well, and you know, I'm sorry to interrupt you.
No, it's okay.
Steve is saying definitely Stephanie McMahon. Yo, you think about all the stories, like Stephanie McMahon like sits there and laughs with like no light in her eyes, saying like, "Oh yeah, Vince, when I was on TV, Vince wanted to say that Shane was the father of my child." You know, and all this like crazy shit. And then like Shane moved to China. Shane was like, "I'm out of here."
I don't want to comment on that, but Vince is
a depraved sadist, madman.
He sits at the table.
Oh, you think that he's the puppet master of Triple H? I think that he's just pulling the strings still, dude. And that like Triple H is married to his daughter.
I think that Vince is like invited to like the Bohemian Grove.
Oh, absolutely, dude. Absolutely.
Yeah, I think that Vince is like a part of a bigger conglomerate of media people that want to like mold us into a way of thinking and interacting. And that means that the depths of what he's done is like, dude.
The deepest depths of depraved. You know, it's like it's like most dangerous game shit. It's like, I've had it all. So now I need to like hunt a human being. I need to eat flesh. You know what I mean? It's fucked. It's fucked to think about.
Well, with that said, Pat, it is 10 on the dot. Oh, wait. Yeah, it's 10 on the dot.
Hey, and you know what? And I'll just say this. If you think that Triple H and the Aryan king of his kingdom, Cody Rhodes, aren't part of a longer, more evolved, you know, we're not going to make the same mistakes as our forefathers. I don't know. Homelander lasered a guy's dick off.
Cody's dad. If you look at photos of Dusty Rhodes.
Oh, no.
Young Dusty. He looks like that he could be right up there with the presidents of these United States. It looks like when you look at Polk and Taft and Ford, all the ones with 4-letter last names, or Bush, you look at all those faces in a little circle. We used to see them on our rulers and above the blackboard. It looks like that Virgil Runnels could be right up there.
Oh, boy. I think this was hey, thanks for watching the Boulevard Bullies Here Comes the Lame presidential debate episode.
It all comes together, brother.
Well, Larry, I'm
And
so
sisters.
happy. I'm so happy that we
And
did
sisters.
this. I was
Yeah, me too.
pushing for a night off, and you said no. We're doing the show. Say yes, Patty
No.
boy. And I
We'll
said,
do it live.
we'll do it live. Fuck it, we'll do it live.
You write it, we'll do it live.
Any
Fucking
last
thing
words for
sucks.
our people? Final words for our people, Larry.
None.
Well, I'll tell you this. Thanks for watching. Yes, this show maybe only might have 5, 6, 7, 8 viewers. But if
Yeah, we don't
but
care.
can
We
you
don't
imagine?
count.
Can you imagine just hanging out in a room with 2 of us and 8 other people, chilling, talking about wrestling? That'd be dope. So that's what we've done here today. Watch the replay. Support Larry Legend
Please
on
do.
all
Share it.
platforms. Share it with your friends. Support Boulevard Bullies. Go check out the merch, which I never push because Joe Baszler has a shirt. We're out of time. Bye-bye.
Everybody already bought our shit. That's why I don't trust your team.
Same.
Boulevard.